Welcome to the Bible Savvy Podcast, a weekly conversation about how to understand, enjoy, and apply God's Word. It's time to jump into a new passage from the Bible Savvy reading plan.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Oops, All Banter from the Bible Savvy Podcast. This is Christmas week, and so we are not putting out a full episode, but we didn't want to leave you hanging, so we're just going to have a little bit of conversation. David, what's our question today?
I'll give that to you, but I need to comment on my wardrobe today first.
Okay.
Yeah. Look
again,
at me. Give me attention
if you're
first.
listening, you might want to go onto YouTube right now.
Yeah, that's right.
I've got my Christmas in July shirt on. You know, Santa has done his job. He's on the beach. He's relaxing. So I figured for our New Year's podcast, I would theme it up. So
theme it up. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see much for you.
Let's be honest.
I don't wear a tuxedo t-shirt other than New Year's Eve, just so everyone knows.
And all I'm doing is I unbutton the thing I was wearing for the Christmas episode.
It's Party Clayton.
It's Party Clayton. I'm
He's
just
getting
casual.
crazy.
Watch out.
Oh gosh.
What's the question?
All right, so
David?
New Year's Eve, guys. Simple question: are you staying up for midnight? Are you like, I'm gonna watch the ball drop, I'm gonna do the whole thing, or are you early to bed crew? Which one are you? Which one are you?
I am. I'm going to call it the combo because I watch the ball drop because it's Eastern time.
Oh, okay. So you stay up till 11.
I stay up till
11.
11, and then I usually can't make it past. Like I like to sleep, and it calls my name. I used to try to trick our kids. Like we used to like play an earlier ball drop,
Totally.
just to try to like, hey guys, ball dropped. Let's hit the hay.
It's good.
But we do make like insane amounts of food for just our family. Like we stay home and watch the ball drop and make enough food for like armies of people. There's a lot of cheese.
and probably
house.
1,000 traditions. If you listen to the last episode, there's 1,000
I was
traditions.
gonna say, I'll just drop my kids off at your house this year, and they'll be fed. It's great.
I am definitely go to bed. Like sleep is more valuable than this thing. We show our kids like on YouTube now. It's just like, look, we're just going to do a countdown. You can all cheer. It doesn't matter what time it is. And the problem is my neighbor really likes to make noise at midnight. So, that usually wakes us up a little bit, but it's okay. We can handle it.
Yeah.
But I'm too old for this. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm not staying up. Like it's lost its luster.
Right. Like when does it lose the luster? Like that's what I was thinking about. Like when does it change? When does it flip?
I would have said, well, it's when you have kids and you're tired and blah blah blah.
Yep.
I think it happened before that. I was just like, I don't know. What am I waiting for? It's the same ball. The host looks the same as he always has. Ryan Seacrest is not changing, right? Like all of this stuff, and it just didn't seem as exciting to me. So I was like, a little sleep is good.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah, I'm the early to bed crew too. I feel like
Look at us.
I've got
We're lame.
my kids are younger than yours though, so that's why I'm like, listen, the one thing that drove me crazy though, we don't have dogs anymore, but when we had dogs, it was like I just knew midnight's gonna go off and those dogs are gonna go nuts. They're gonna be scared out of their minds and jumping on the bed because they think, the house is exploding. Especially when we lived down in the South. I mean, gosh, it was
Guns.
just noises everywhere for days before and days after. So
Wow.
Like fireworks.
yeah, fireworks
shooting,
and all the things. Like it was a wild time. So I do have like a funny memory though of like as a kid in 1999. We did a worship service going into 2000 because of Y2K.
Because Y2K or the end of the world something.
It was Y2K, and it was like, all right, well, listen, if
Just
this
in case.
is it, just in case, we're going to go out worshiping.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, like in a worship service, like our parents all worshiping. I'm like kind of looking at the clock. I'm like, what's going to happen? What's going to
so
happen?
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. We used to bang pots and pans on the street. Like when I was a kid, a teenager, I am almost certain your wife has been at my house when we were young and bang pots and pans on the busy street and we'd shout and yell or whatever. So since we're all kind of dull, like we go to bed, I have another question that might be interesting. So that we have tossed out a couple of times over the last couple of months, Bible Savvy Nation and those sorts of things. And it's the joke that if you listen to a podcast or a radio show, they often have ways of referring to those people. And fandoms, they have names, right? Like you're a Swiftie, or you're a Potterhead, or you're a Trekkie, or whatever, Whovian or Belieber, right? We got them all. I the more I thought of them, the more I was like, there are a lot of them. This is good.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you call someone who is a fan of the Bible Savvy podcast? And so I started a list, but these by all means are not the right things. They could be other ideas. So I want to hear from you guys and you guys.
Now, is this list from the mind of Clayton, or is this like Chat GPT?
It's half and half.
Okay.
So I thought of a few, and then I was like, I bet you it could generate more puns, and they were pretty bad. So not a lot of them made it up here.
So
some who did
the limit of what AI can do.
I don't think AI can do this. Okay. So I tried puns on comma, Bible Savvy, observation, some of those things. So I have like Commodores, Commandos, Commagicians, Chameleons, which is if you're a fan of Epic, Comrades. Okay, so you got that. Then you could be savants, right? Bible Savvy, you're a savant, a savastician, a saboteur, a savant, no, I'm not going to do that one.
Oh, God.
I can't even pronounce it. I think it doesn't work. Observation Nation, Savvies, Comma Club, and comedians. And then this is the one that might be my favorite or might be my least favorite. BSers.
Which
you know what? It's it's the week of Christmas and the church is off, so the pastors get a little sloppy.
Clayton may be looking for a new job.
I write a lot of emails with Bible Savvy in it, so I abbreviate, which makes very funny sentences. Yeah. So that's why I threw that one in there. So what do you guys think? Any ideas?
Oh my gosh.
I have gone with Savatiers.
Savatiers.
Often, almost like the Mouseketeers.
Oh, the Mouseketeers.
But they're the
okay.
Savatiers.
Yeah.
And then, I was trying to think of like a Bible, like sommelier, and I went with Bible Sauvignon.
Sauvignon. It's like, I don't know. We can get away with
that works.
the wine reference.
I was really not,
What? I don't know. When you said, I kind of liked Savvies. I feel like it's like Swifties right now. It's just it's culturally
in my savvy era.
Yeah, we're in our savvy era. There it is.
So here's what we want to hear. If you've got an idea or a preference of what you'd like to be called as a fan, let us know in the comments. Let us know when you stop by church. We'd like to hear the conversation, and maybe sometime in the new year we'll land on a good term for people who listen to the podcast.
That's a great idea. I mean, it's a good New Year's Eve activity.
Yeah, to discuss.
Late into the night. A banter question for your party.
What shall we call?
All right, tell us what you think. We will see you every Monday with new episodes of the Bible Savvy podcast. Happy New Year.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Join us again next Monday for a new episode where we'll be looking at another passage from the Bible Savvy reading schedule. And in the meantime, if you're not following along with the reading plan, check out BibleSavvy.com. Also, you can subscribe and leave a review on whatever platform you're listening or watching on. You can find us on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Email us your questions or suggestions at podcast@BibleSavvy.com. Lastly, tell your friends, and we'll talk to you next week.